Overnight, the symbols of astronomical wealth crumbled into jagged shards of plastic. How does a collective hallucination tear away the disguise of rational economics? When the altar of consumerism collapses, do the believers find salvation? Or are they left holding nothing but chicken feathers? Hello, everyone. Let's talk about the Beanie Babies of our generation. Or if you're into sneakers, think Air Jordans. If you're a crypto bro, think NFTs. It's the same old story, just different packaging. Let's get straight to the point. Yesterday, that little plastic monster with the jagged teeth, Labubu, was being flipped by scalpers on your social media feed for $400, maybe $500. It was the golden ticket. Today, the price has been slashed in half. It's crashed so hard its own mother wouldn't recognize it. It's like spending years worshiping a goddess, putting her on a pedestal, only to wake up one morning and realize she's actually your long-lost cousin. Exciting? Maybe. Tragic? Definitely. This madness started a few weeks ago. The hottest keywords in the global toy collector scene were Labubu and sold out. The designer, Ka-Sing Lung, probably never imagined that his Nordic elf with 9 serrated teeth would turn millions of grown adults into zombies desperate to empty their wallets. There is a joke going around. The 3 great delusions of modern youth are: I will get rich, I will find true love, and I will snag a Labubu at retail price. But then, on June 18th, the company behind this madness pulled a move that can only be described as gangster. They flooded the market, restocked over 1 million Labubu blind boxes. Imagine you are dying of thirst in the Sahara Desert. You find a faucet you expect to drop. Instead, you get hit in the face with a fire hose. This destroyed the scalper's logic instantly. Before this, a box of 6 dolls was trading for nearly $400. The hidden edition, the rare chase figure, was listed for over $600. That's a markup of 30 times the cost. The moment the restock news hit, the price crashed. Scalpers are now in chat groups wailing like banshees, complaining that selling Labubu now feels like selling rotten cabbage. For the uninitiated, let me explain the dark arts of the art toy world. Pop Mart is playing the same game De Beers played with diamonds a century ago. Humans manufacture scarcity to harvest emotions. De Beers controls the minds to keep supply low and brainwashes you with "a diamond is forever." Pop Mart sets the hidden edition probability to 1 in 144 and let the scalpers do the marketing. They turn cheap plastic toys costing pennies to make into financial derivatives. The most insane part? A limited edition mint green Labubu was once auctioned for over $150,000. That is the price of a house in some parts of the world for a doll. But the leaks, the suckers, the buyers aren't totally brainless. When the official store goes from sold out to "we have 4 million units, come and get it," and you can buy one for $15 on the website, why would you pay a scalper $400? The scalpers are drowning. One reseller admitted on livestream he lost $7,000 in a single day. His inventory is now harder to sell than sand in a desert. His only comfort? Well, at least the doll looks cute. This crash didn't just raise blood pressure in China. It rang bells globally. In London, we saw aristocratic fights, grown men in suits swinging umbrellas at each other like it was a Kingsman movie just to get a doll. In Seoul, girls camped out in tents for 7 days. In Bali, the store opening turned into a WWE wrestling match. Even Rihanna got involved. She carried a Labubu bag, which was like throwing a lit match into a powder can. Prices on eBay hit nearly $5,000. It got so bad the Pop Mart store in London had to close temporarily just to avoid a riot. But the market is cruel. Pop Mart stock plunged 12% in 2 days. Billions in market value. Evaporated. The capital market is like a bad boyfriend. Yesterday, you were the apple of toys. Today, they realized your hunger marketing is just an all-you-can-eat buffet, and they dumped you. But let's be real. These collectors forgot one thing. That priceless dream item in their hand, it costs less to manufacture than a cup of Starbucks coffee in Yiwu, the factory of the world. There's a tragic comedy to all this. In Yangshu, scalpers were physically choking each other over a vending machine. It was like Ip Man 5, the Battle of Plastic. When humans fight over a piece of vinyl, how are we different from monkeys fighting over a bag of chips? The difference is, the monkey is protected by animal rights laws. You just lose your dignity. It reminds me of a modern-day tragedy. Let's call him the hype beast. He walks into the bar. Everyone laughs. "Hey, hype beast, your Labubu portfolio is down again." He doesn't answer. He orders a drink. "I'm holding for the long term," he mutters. "Come on, we saw you buy that box for $200. Now it's worth $100. He turns red, veins popping on his forehead. "It's not a loss. It's a collection. You can't put a price on art." The essence of this, it's a showdown between emotional value and real value. Young people aren't buying a toy. They're buying the dopamine hit of opening the box, the likes on Instagram, the feeling of being special. But emotional value is a bubble. When supply goes up, the bubble pops. Is there a way out? Look at the diamond industry again. Lab-grown diamonds from China are crushing the market. They forced De Beers to admit that real is rare. Now you can buy a custom diamond for a fraction of the price. The crash of Labubu teaches us 3 lessons. 1. Don't confuse consumption with investment. Your house is not a museum. 2. Hunger marketing is a double-edged sword. Play too hard and you cut your own throat. 3. Real value comes from the ecosystem, like Disney movies and parks, not just gambling on a blind box. To conclude, a word of advice. There are no top-tier collectibles in this world, only things that become top-tier because too many suckers are hoarding them. And so, the poet sighs at the plastic debris. In London, umbrellas clashed in the rain. For a piece of vinyl, they embraced the pain. In Seoul, they camped. In Bali, they fought. A global hysteria that could not be bought. Larina's handbag sparked the flame, but the scalper's greed was the end of the game. The price went up, the price came down, like a roller coaster in a ghost town. The blind box opens, the mystery is dead. Just piles of plastic and tears to be shed. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, please like, save, and share. And remember to subscribe. Your support is the biggest motivation for me to keep updating. See you in the next video.